Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Dani for danicctutorials, and today I'm gonna show you how to make this caveman Micky Mouse. Before we start the video, as always, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also to press the button, the bell button, so you can come talk to me. I put videos Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday at 8 o'clock Florida time, Eastern time, so you can talk to me for like an hour in the chat. So let's start making this Mickey with this little foot. We're gonna make this kind of like a bean shape, making the larger, wider part and the top, and kind of push that down to make an indentation where we're gonna separate it and put those little toes. Don't forget that Mickey just have 4, and I'm gonna make this big toe kind of big, just to make it even more impression. And I'm gonna try to get all this seams disappear. So if you want to use any type of clay, you can use a little bit of water to help you with that. So you put the other 3. I made the tiny one a little bit smaller than the other ones, and I'm gonna smooth it out everything. So guys, every time that I put a video now, I will put 8 o'clock on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday and Sunday. And I will be online for around an hour after I place the video at 8 o'clock p.m. so we can talk. So if you leave a comment down below, we're gonna be able to talk. And you can ask me any questions. If you watch the video and you have something that you didn't understand, or you want a little tip or something like that, we can do that. So I'm going to make the same thing for the other foot, but the other foot, we are not going to see the bottom of the foot, so you don't need to worry too much about it. But for me, my OCD craziness, I need to make the same way I make the first one to be sure that they're gonna look alike. So I'm gonna manually make the separate toes in the little balls, but you can just cut them like we do 2 hands. And I have tons of other videos, like Mickey videos, as you saw, just pop it up, the Funko Pop ones. We have baby Mickey, we have tons of different type of Mickey, and more slow motion to details if you wanted to see it. But we are just repeating the same thing that we did to the first one, to the first foot, to the second one. I'm using a little bit of flower wire, cutting some pieces in case I need to cover for hands and legs, and I'm just going to put it the wire inside the clay and roll it over for the arms. I'm making extra long so I can cut it off if I need it, and I'm making one a little bit curved just to make him in an attack motion with a little hammer or whatever that called. I am making an oval with the black for his body. Just like that. I will place a toothpick in the middle and put it upside down, stuck in a piece of foam or anything that you can make that don't touch anything. And I make it like a light bulb strike, like a Harry Potter's car, just to make the leg for the foot that is up. And I will cover with the black. So it's kind of like a L. And then we're gonna place that first foot that we made, the one is pretty. Oh, that's pretty in the bottom right there. Sorry. Just get all the seams away. And now we're gonna make a ball for the face. Make sure that everything is flat and make 2 little balls and flatten out for the ears. I always like to make one tiny side a little bit more flat. That's the one that's gonna touch the head. I made with the cookie cutter a heart. Doesn't matter really if you don't have the size. As I said on my last mini princess video, you can just smooth it out and make it open. It's just a basic shape. So you can see I squish it up, cut the bottom, then I don't need it, and place on the head. Now I'm making a roll, and I'm gonna put one finger at a time and roll on my table, and you're gonna see then this middle is gonna pop up, and that's the two cheeks and the nose and the mouth. Put it in a place right on the bottom of that heart that we cut it. I'm having this paper over me is because I'm touching the black clay and the skin color clay, so I'm always cleaning my hands to be sure that it's not gonna mess it up. And I'm opening up his little mouth just like that. He's kind of angry, you know, caveman style. And making a little bit more marks on his face just because we want him to don't be perfect, since he, you know, is suffering, like, I don't know, hunting animals. I made 3 teardrop shapes, and I'm making a hole on the top for the necklace, so it's gonna look like little tooth. Now we're gonna open a rounded piece of white clay to make the dinosaur mask that I put on his head, or like skeleton head. I'm just gonna open up and kind of like a comma shape for the eyes, and then we are going to make the same thing smaller for the nose. So imagine then you're trying to make a dinosaur skeleton face. So just to concentrate and understand what I'm making now until you get the shape. And now I'm just making 3 indentations on the sides of the cheeks for a little tooth, to give even more that impression of a skeleton. I'm gonna make like a teardrop shape, a little bit flat on the top, and gonna make his little dinosaur nose or bone. And then I made 3 little balls, as you can see, on one side, and 3 little balls on the other side, place on those indentations we made, and then I'm gonna cut the ends to make flat and look like tooth. So we have 6 of them. Now I made a teardrop shape, and I flattened out a little bit in an oval shape for the eyes with the white clay. But if you want to paint it and you feel that it's a little bit easier, you can do so. And you can check my other videos. I have tons of Minnie and Mickey videos that I paint the eyes if you want to follow. And now I made 2 tiny oval shape little balls with the black for the middle of the eyes. Just like that. And I'm gonna place that skeleton mask right on the middle of his face, kind of hiding a little bit of the eyes. And I'm using toothpick to hold the ears. Just like that. Check if everything is okay. Put the little nose around and kind of squish the top in a triangle shape just to look like bones. And now we're gonna make the hands. I speeding it up these hands, but I have tons of videos of the Mickey with the hands then very slow. So we started the teardrop shape. We cut the V for the thumb, and then we separated the other 3 fingers, and we're gonna just smooth it out and be sure that everything is rounded and not marks of the scissor. And that's pretty much it. Just like other hands we made it, I cut the excess and I make a little ball and I put it there for the end of the glove. This one is the one that is gonna be holding the little hammer, I don't know, tool killing thing. I'm just gonna separate the thumb and then separate the 3 fingers. I'm gonna make the thumb a little longer than normal because I wanted to be holding that piece of stick, the wood skewer. And then you can see that I'm already gonna place on it and separate my fingers, be sure that all the marks are there, and then turn back down that little thumb to hold that in place. And now I made the little ball that I said then to continue the glove, and we made that for the other arm as well. And now I mixed a little bit of gray clay with a little tiny bit of brown, make a triangle, and I'm just bumping it up a little bit to don't be perfect, and put a little bit water, pre-made my hole, and then we are going to place on the same stick. Then we place the head, the hand, just like that. You can use a little bit crazy glue if you don't want it to move until it's dry, but it's pretty much safe there. I'm gonna make a little snake with the brown clay, gonna set aside, and I make another one and cut it in two, just to make kind of like a rope to hold that rock on the stick, so like kind of Flintstones in style. So I'm gonna just make an X with that here to look like we tied that thing up really well there. Just like that, put the X's on the top like you made a knot. So now I'm opening as thin as I can a piece of brown clay, cutting in half because I want two pieces, so I want them to have the same thickness. And now you go to town, guys. Don't need to worry about how pretty it looks. We just need to make a bunch of little V's on the bottom to make the piece of clothing that he's using, so you don't need to worry about sizes or measurements or how pretty it looks, because he is a caveman, so I don't think they used to worry about that. So just let's make two pieces of those. Now I got the little extra snake we make at the brown, got the teeth. Now they're a little bit dry. I cut them top, and then I'm placing that cord in the middle to make his little necklace or his trophies. I think they used to be tooth, right? And then put it around his neck. Put it around, tie in the back, and he's right there. Put the head on the body to see if everything is perfect the way you want it to be, especially the necklace, then if it's not too up or too down. And now we're gonna place the first foot that we made with the L shape leg, because it's gonna be like up in the air. And then we're gonna use the piece of clothing to hide that in where the leg and the body are getting together, and also to be sure then that's gonna be very tight and secure there. Just like that. And then with the second piece, you can cover the rest of the back and give a little bit more of detail if you need it. As you can see, I was using a wood skewer for his structure, but as I'm using the air dry clay, the light one, it's kind of hard sometimes to make things stand in 1 feet because the clay is so light, then the bottom part of the base is not gonna be strong enough to hold it. So I'm gonna show you what I did, and I'm just using a little flat piece of the brown to give a little detail on the arm, and I made that on both arms. Put the hands on the arm and just place in place. I just used a little bit of crazy glue because I wanted to hold it better than the leg. Then I just used glue and it wasn't drying fast enough. That's why I have that paper there to hold it in place. As you can see, I'm switching my wood skewer to this piece of metal because I wanted him to stand in one leg. So I'm gonna place the foot that we do make leg for, and I'm gonna bend my wire to be able to hold him up. So you're kind of gonna make like this kind of shape if whatever that is, but just play around. Remember, then you need to make, he's standing in 1 foot, and then you can see the kind of S shape. I'm putting the leg and the body together, and now with the little black, I'm gonna make his leg on the top of the wire, so we can already hide that and shape the leg at the same place, and then he's gonna be tight and secure on that. just keep getting the excess off and smoothing out everything. If you need a little bit of water, just be careful, because if you put the water in this light air dry clay, it's gonna get black on your hands. That's why I always have a wipe or a paper around me. And I'm using another Sargento clay to make the base, because it's not light at all, but I actually, very honest, didn't like it at all. It cracked after it was dry, so I'm gonna go back to Sculpey, even though it's a little bit more expensive, to make even my bases, because it's hard, it's heavy, and dries as much as I want, and it's gonna hold it without cracking and messing it up my design. So I didn't really like at all. But that's okay. It's gonna be good for now. I can just fix it and change it, but I want you guys to know that I use a heavier clay in the bottom. I am just gluing it up, all his pieces. You can pick if you want the arm up or down, on the back or in the front of the ear. And I made a long snake in black for his tail, place on the bottom, and then just let it go down and get the shape you want. And then he is done. I hope you guys like this. You can see that now looks fine, this clay under his foot, but now you can see that it's already super cracked. Again, it's the Sargento pastina clay, but I didn't like it at all. I would definitely go back to my Sculpey, the same one that I made my dragon. So he is done. I hope you like this tutorial. Don't forget, I will be putting videos at 8 o'clock at night on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays and Sundays. So come talk to me and let me know what you guys want to see. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I talk to you on my next video. Bye.